Hello everyone who is watching this video. It's Godmill TV. Uh, Today I want to discuss how you can be able to write an abstract in simple ways. Now I decided to do this video because I've observed that a lot of people are struggling. I wouldn't deny the fact that I've also struggled to get the concept. Now, when it comes to research, I know many people would bear with me that it's a very frustrating journey if you are doing especially your PhD. PhD simply it's a research based study in every institution. Only in some few institutions that you would see um, what a course study in PhDs. Now, before you start your PhD, you might have done a little bit of research concepts in your master's level and also in your first degree level. Now, I bet you I know that a lot of people are struggling. Those who have gone through, they have struggled because the concepts differ from one subject to another, especially when we come to research writing, or it's the concept differs from one program to another. Now, I decided to do this video because I know there are a lot of people who are frustrated out there. They have paid all the fees, but it's very difficult for them to get the work done. Some it is because of the lack of support that they're supposed to receive from their team leaders or from their supervisors. When it comes to many black universities or black supervisors staff, you go through a lot of hell in order to get your PhD done. As I'm speaking, many have left. They have given up on their PhD after paying so much money in terms of school fees. And apart from that, they have also invested money into gathering and acquiring of materials and other consultations just to make sure that the work is done successfully. But yet still, they couldn't achieve that. Now, I want you to understand that PhD is only meant for people who are strong-hearted, people who could tolerate any form of frustration, abuse, ridicule from supervisors. At the PhD level, supervisors expect us to be professionals when it comes to writing. But unfortunately, that is not the case because research is not something that most of us did as a full-time program in the master's level. To those who have done research as a full program in the master's level, to you is a plus because at least you spend 2 years of your study times doing research. But those who have done coursework in their master's level, it's more or less like a beginner stage. But not every supervisor, not every promoter put this into consideration. They are expecting you to be the god of writers. But the undeniable truth is that most of the supervisors too did not get it easy. And we know the black mentality. Whatever I have gotten struggling, others must also get it struggling. That is the concept, especially of black supervisors. I remembered when I started my PhD, we were about 1,100 that was enrolled. But guess how many of us finished the program? We were only four. If I'm not mistaken, I think we were only two. What I mean that only two of us completed the program on time, completed the program, I mean completed the program on time the specified duration. That is what I meant. Others also completed it, but it was later. Some exceeded the 2 years, some 3 years, some 4 years. Some even did their master's program for 5 years because of the frustrations attached to doing master's research and a PhD research. I want to use this video to encourage you that no matter what you're going out there in your PhD studies, do not give up. Since I haven't given up due to certain circumstances, you don't have to give up. That is why I chose to do this video to explain the basic concepts that I have learned throughout this journey. Even though I equally have to learn it the hard way, I feel like making this video to help others just to find it easy to do their work. Unfortunately, you will find a lot of videos on the same topic, but some are hard to understand. Even the ones that you understand, they are very difficult to implement. That is the problem. I'm pretty sure there are over 1 million videos on how to write an abstract. But then the concept or the application of these concepts that you watch from videos, it's not easy. Sometimes you read the books and the books even gets you more confused, you know. And then you later on go and pick other researches to see how the abstract is written. But you are more confused because abstract is written in different ways, different styles by different people. So that even leaves you more confused. That is why I chose to do this video, just to simplify it. It might not be a perfect guide, but I can assure you, when you follow these steps I'm about to mention, you will get at least the job 80% done. I cannot boast that I'm a master of research because there is no master of any research anywhere. Your supervisor that would accept what you have written, the same thing he or she has accepted and said it's good, will be condemned by another supervisor somewhere. That's your colleague that you think is extremely good in research. When he helps you or guides you to do your research and has proven it or has indicated that this work is good, if you give it to another supervisor, he is going to rubbish it. Now, this simply means that there are different concepts, different understanding of doing the same research. The way I understand research is how I will judge your work. The way Mr. B understands research, that is how he would judge the same work I have approved. So in simple terms, there is no master of research anyway. There are people that are extremely good that I can confirm. They are extremely good. One of them is one of my supervisors, Professor Ravenda. He is extremely good and they know what they are doing. Some supervisors, I bet you, they just don't know what they are doing. Therefore, they end up frustrating you the more. Not to take too much of your time, I want to go straight to how you can write your abstract successfully. Now, what is an abstract? That is the first thing you have to ask yourself. To some of us, it takes us so many years to understand what an abstract is. An abstract actually is just a summary of your entire work. It is just a summary of your entire work. Now, if you are writing a summary, it only has to be the key point, the most important issues that have been discussed in your work. They are the things that has to go into the abstract. That is why in most universities or in most publications, abstracts are only 300 words. Some are only 1 page long. It depends from one university to another. Some it depends on the publications or the journal in which you want to publish your work. They will determine the abstract. Some journals only request only about 200 to 250 words of abstract. Therefore, if you are writing an abstract, the first thing you have to look at is the requirement about the journal in which you want to post your work. You can't just wake up and then just write at any length. It will be rejected. So you first need to check from the abstract. Now, if it is a PhD work, the abstract doesn't have any limitations because it's purely academic work, it's not for publication. So it does not have any limitation. However, you can't also write a page long of an abstract. You cannot write a page long of an abstract. Your abstract is just the key things that are supposed to be in your work. Please, if you follow these guidelines, you will be able to write your abstract without any form of difficulties. Now, if you are writing your abstract, the first thing you have to put in is the aim or the purpose of the research. The purpose of the research. Why are you doing this research? Now, this purpose can equally be taken from the topic of your research. Your topic says it all, so you can easily frame your purpose or your aim from your topic. That is the first thing. Now, abstract is segmented into 4 parts. Some people only say 3 parts, some 4. In some areas, it's to 5 parts. I will only focus on 4 parts. After you have indicated your aim or the purpose for your research, you would have to look at the objectives. What are the objectives of the research? The objectives have to, or you have to include the objectives into your research. What do you aim to achieve at the end of your research? That is the objective. After completing the research, what are you expecting to be to achieve? You are doing the research for a particular reason. Now, PhD research must be result oriented. You cannot just go and copy someone's work and dump it there. No. There should be a problem to be tackled. So the problem you have identified, you develop an objective towards that problem. Now, another thing that you have to add to your abstract when you're writing an abstract, it's your methodology. What are the methodologies applied in your in your research work, in your PhD work, or in your master's work? Even if it is just an article, what is the methodology? If you used a single method, either quantitative or qualitative method, let the reader understand that this is why you applied a quantitative method or you have used a quantitative method. If it's a qualitative, you have to indicate it in your abstract. If it is a mixed methodology, you would have to indicate this in your in your abstract. So you can see how I'm going with writing of an abstract. I'm taking them one after the other. The first thing you do, let me go over it. The first thing you do is to indicate your aim or the purpose of the, the research. After you have indicated the purpose of the research, you have to go to the objectives. After you've stated the objectives, you need to write the methodology of the research. You have already done the research. That is why you are writing an abstract. An abstract cannot be written if the work is not completed. Because what are you going to include in an abstract when the work is not done? That is why an abstract is a summary of the entire work. You see. Now, it is very, very important to include the findings in your abstract. You had a problem that you want to solve. You have managed to collect data in your methodology to solve that problem. Now, at the end of the research, what did you find out? Most often, our findings could be something that has already been accomplished by somebody else. But there could be a twist to it. There could be a new finding. It's either your findings is complementing the existing work, or you have come up with something new that has not been found before. So finding it's always very important to be included in your abstract. Now, a lot of people do not consider the recommendation in their abstract. Sometimes it's not because it's not necessary. Sometimes it's because of the requirement. If you are asked to write a 200 words abstract, not everything can go in. You look for the key things that are your what? The aim, the objective, the methodology, and the findings. Recommendation is an additional. If the journal you want to publish into gives enough space, about 250 to 300 words, your recommendation can go in there. So you can also add your recommendations if necessary. So I hope this explanation it's simple. My intention is to make this very simple for every researcher. I am not doing this video because there are no videos out there. No. It's because the ones I have watched, they were too difficult to implement. They were very difficult. Some you watch it, you get excited, you think you got the concept, but to apply them becomes very difficult. So I am only sharing my experience of writing an abstract with you. Now, one thing I want you to understand why you need to write an abstract, it's because people need to read your work. People have to read your work and, you know, get an overview of what you are trying to say. So if people can read your abstract, a clear stated abstract that's giving them concept of the entire, how do you call it, of the entire research. Therefore, there is no need for the person to even read your work further. Do you understand it? There is no need for you to read the extra work because the abstract has summarized everything, has said everything that is needed in the work. So, if you have any questions to ask on abstract, or you need any help in writing your abstract, you can contact me in the comment section below and I would guide you through. Some of us have gone through the hard way to learn these things. Therefore, we are willing to share these informations for free. We are willing to assist people to also understand it. It becomes very useless and fruitless if you have done a PhD and concepts such as these are very difficult for you to interpret. They are very difficult for you to put into implementation. PhD is all about research and improving your skills in research writing. Therefore, if you cannot write an abstract after your PhD level, then you have wasted enough time. On this note, leave your comments below. Please subscribe to this channel. I would make more videos concerning research. I will break it down as simple as possible. I am willing to respond to any questions that you might ask. I am willing to guide you through your your abstract journey. Therefore, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that if I make more videos on research, you will be able to have access to it. On this note, I wish you the best of the day, and we would always bring you more information, more content. It has always been Godmill TV. Wishing you the best of the day. Thank you.